During this time of the year, you might hear a lot of people talking about property taxes. But what are property taxes and why do I have to pay them? Better yet, what happens if I don't? Stay tuned to find out. What's going on, guys? Brandon here, aka your favorite Minnesota realtor, and today we're going to be talking about good old property taxes. But first, if you guys could do me a quick favor, make sure to hit the subscribe button below, and also don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you're notified whenever a new video drops. But without further ado, let's talk about those property taxes. So, property taxes are a type of tax that every single homeowner has to pay on a yearly basis. And property taxes help pay for things like road construction, law enforcement, libraries, and other public services that benefit the community within the city that you live in. There's a couple different ways that you can pay for your property taxes. So property taxes are due every May and October of the year. So either you can pay them on your own on May and October, or what most people do is they have it escrowed within their monthly mortgage payment, and then their mortgage provider will pay those property taxes due on those specified dates. It's really important to note that when you're in the market looking for a home that you pay attention to what the property taxes for that specific home are, because every house is going to be different as far as how much property taxes are owed. So that's really going to factor into your monthly payment, and you want to make sure that you account for those. So there are two different factors that determine what your property taxes are going to be and how they're calculated each year. So let's talk about those now. So the first factor is going to be your home's assessed value, which is how much your home is worth for tax purposes. Now, this differs from a regular an appraisal, where an appraisal is you looking at your fair market value. So the difference between the two is that the fair market value is if you were to go refinance your house and take money out, or if you were putting your home on the market, what that house would actually sell for. Whereas an assessed value is only used for tax purposes. And the second factor that determines your property tax bill is going to be your tax rate. Now, when I say tax rate, I don't mean your individual tax rate that you use to file your taxes. What I mean by tax rate is that each year, the city that you live in, the government will get together and basically do a budget for what projects need to be done in the city. So if they want to build a new community center or a new park, fix roads, whatever the case may be, they'll determine how much money they need to do those things, and then they'll assign a tax rate for the city. Now, once you get that tax rate, you'll multiply that tax rate by your home's assessed value, and then that's how you get how much your projected property taxes are going to be for that year. So every year in March, you should get what's called a property tax statement, which basically outlines what your projected property taxes are going to be for the following year. It'll also have on there what your home's assessed value was. Now, in some instances, people may see their assessed value and say, hey, my house isn't worth that much, and my property taxes shouldn't be going up that much. Well, in that instance, you can file an appeal to get that reversed. Now, that's a whole nother video in itself, but we can talk about that in a future video. So why are property taxes so important? Well, the first reason why they're important is because they directly affect your monthly payment. Now, again, if you want to, you can pay your property taxes on your own every May and October. But again, most people are going to escrow them into their account and then have their mortgage provider pay them when they come due. So again, the higher your property taxes are, the higher your monthly payment is going to be. And last but not least, probably the biggest reason why property taxes are important is just because, just like any other tax in America, it is required. It is not optional. And if you don't pay your property taxes, they can actually put a lien on your home and foreclose on you. So definitely important you pay those on time. Now, there is one other kind of property tax called a special assessment, but again, that's probably a whole nother video on its own, so I'll cover that in the next one. And that is it for today's video. I'm hoping you guys found it useful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below for me. But also, I'm always looking for new real estate related topics to do videos on. So if you guys have any burning questions, whether you're looking to buy a home in this market or sell a home in this market or whatever the case may be, leave a comment below so that I can get a new video out for you and get your questions answered. But until then, again, this is Brandonarchie, aka your favorite Minnesota realtor, and I'll see you guys in the next video.